welcome to the podcast. Is
Hello. Thank you for the welcome to the podcast. We are here with the 411th episode of the podcast.
it's true, and my webcam is apparently not working. That's interesting.
Definitely appears to not be working at all. That's interesting.
Oh, now it kind of is there. So why is it not working here? There we go. I am here. There we are.
There we are. Excellent. We figured it out in record time, even.
Yeah,
Probably. Probably
probably.
record time.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I did differently.
Nope. Who cares? We're here now. It's good. Got Warhammer to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We've got other stuff to talk about.
We have bits and pieces of things we can talk about. That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
definitely.
Yeah. What do you want to
Yeah.
start with?
Do I want to start with? That's a great question. Talk about the Rogue Trader we've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just did a 3-hour session wherein our intent was to be officially crowned the Rogue Trader in the game Rogue Trader that we're like 40 hours into.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And are we crowned as the Rogue Trader,
No.
Somicron?
No, we're
No,
not.
we are not.
Yeah, so apparently doing a coronation requires a bunch of stuff, and they're just like, hey, there's some like Drukari threatening to like raid our lands and our holdings. You can't be crowned right now. Like, it's just not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy annoying. We have done so much for the Protectorate. So much
Mm.
for the Von Blanchus dynasty. We have proven that we are, in fact, the Rogue Trader. We have a servo skull following us around, chanting that we are the Rogue Trader.
It's true.
And yet, we are not, in fact, the Rogue Trader. And I want to say again, it's funny that everywhere we go, people are like, you're not the Rogue Trader. That's Theodora von Valanchus. And we go, yes, we are. And they go, you're right. You are the Rogue Trader now. Awesome. Do they need independent verification other than the servo skull, which is saying I'm the Rogue Trader? No. They don't. They just act like everything's cool. So why I'm not the Rogue Trader right now, I do not know.
Who can say? You know,
Who can say?
who can say? I think the
Yeah.
devs were just like, we want to have a little coronation scene, and it's like it's just pomp and ceremony and all that. You're already the Rogue Trader. It's
Yeah.
not officially making you the Rogue Trader. You're already the Rogue Trader. That's fine.
Right.
If we're not officially the Rogue Trader already, we've been making a lot of decisions about the people who live in our domain.
So many decisions. We have already made it 20% heretical without even being the Rogue Trader, which someone who is not the Rogue Trader should not be able to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, good times in Rogue Trader.
Good
We only
time.
desynced twice this time. That was excellent.
Only when I used the med kit.
Yeah. We used a med kit, and there was another one.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one just like walked into a room and it was like desync? I was like, oh, I think we had two.
Yes. We did have two.
Yeah. This game's only several years old.
Mm-hmm.
But whatevs.
Whatevs.
It's fine.
It's
fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Holy smokes, a 3-stream streak.
Wow, that
Seems
seems really
low.
seems easy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. What did you want to talk about today?
Well, if we're talking about games we've been playing,
Hmm.
I've been playing a game that came out today called Ashwarden. It's a like incremental tower defense game. So every time you try to do a wave, it's like you play the game and you get some points and you spend those points on upgrades. That's the incremental part, right? Because you
Yep.
get incrementally stronger, which is just like the process of leveling up. It is very short though. Eh, the game itself reckons you can do 100% of the achievements in 10 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I genuinely finished. There are two characters. I finished the first one in about 45 minutes.
Wow.
Uh,
Yep. Zippy.
it's short. It's a lot of fun. The tower defense is like you're on a map and there's a bunch of towers, but you have to move your character between towers. He like sort of has a teleport ability that's on cooldown, and like you can attack from each tower. So it's kind of fun. what the reason why I really want to talk about it is the last 3 posts in the Steam discussion page for this, or one of which
Okay.
is me,
Hmm.
is that people playing Verge Brand, the second character who has a sword and not a bow, gets soft locked around level 3 or 4 because there are ranged enemies that appear outside of your area of effect. Like you just can't hit them. Uh,
Awesome.
so, but depending on what like abilities and unlocks you pick, so every right wave you get vestige, which is just like your very cheap currency. You can do a lot of upgrading with that to like increase the health of your towers and stuff like that. Uh, but the bosses at the end of each day give you a singular point. There's only 8 bosses in like a run, so you only get 8 of these points. And if you don't put one of your first 2, because you get 1 per day, into the charge up abilities for the sword guy, you just have no attacks that can hit outside them. So when I was playing with the bow guy, the charged up abilities sucked. I just never used them by the end of the game, right?
Right. Right.
Did not need them. So when I was playing the sword guy, I was like, I'm not getting those. I'm getting the other ones
Right.
because they're just way better. And then it turns out if you don't have them, you just can't hit these guys.
Cool.
So I had to start all over again, and the beginning is slower. I'm not going to pretend like the beginning of the game is super great when you have basically no abilities and no powers, and your character's really weak, and you can't even finish the first day because the game wants you to farm a little bit of these experience points.
Right. Important.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
takes a little while to get going. Yeah, it's like, and it's just other people also noticing that, like, I can't hit these guys. They're out of reach.
Right.
But other than that, fun little game. Steam is doing a Tower Defense Fest, and this is a new release. Like literally came out today, so it's $9.22 Australian and is 10% off. It's
Whole dollar.
yeah. Well, it's 10.25 and it's 10% off, so it's 9.22 off.
Oh, that's the 10% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a neat little game. If you want to support a little indie dev, go for it.
Yeah. So you found it because we're doing this Tower Defense Fest on Steam. I was going to ask how you found this thing.
Sort of. So I
Oh.
definitely I had this game on my wish list, and then I got a notification like, "Hey, Ash Warden's out." I don't remember when I found this
Oh.
game.
Oh. Probably like 6 years ago. You're like, this sounds fun. Promptly forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it on my wish list because I'm like, "Oh, this looks like a neat little game," and hey, it finally came out. Now, Steam's wish list used to be way better, because it would tell you when you added something.
Right.
It no longer does that, from what I can tell. I'm looking at my wish list, and I can sort it by date added, so I can tell you that the game that's been on my wish list the longest is Clockwork Revolution, which is I think a game that like they previewed at E3. That's how long ago it was.
E3, which E3? This
well,
year?
well, E3 got canceled in like 2020, right? So
Oh. Oh. So at least 6 years ago,
yeah,
probably longer.
probably longer. Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, and then
Okay. So you were like, hooray. It's
right.
here.
It's here. It's this game. I have no idea how long it's been on here. It's probably less than a year if I had to guess, because little indie games tend to not stall out like the big games that are like, we need to start building hype because our corporate overlord said so. You know.
Right.
Uh, this is just like a little fun little game. Probably got demoed at some demo fest, and then I was like, all right, let's give it a go. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun, but not a whole lot to it. 10 hours, you can beat the whole entire game. Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
good deal.
that's
Glad
what
you're
I.
having fun with it. Glad it came out after all those many years of waiting and wishing and
Yeah.
hoping and
Yeah. I'm putting it on my Christmas list and like
yeah.
leaving a note for the Tooth Fairy when I had a tooth out as a child. I'd be like, please put this game towards my pre-order of Ash Warden.
Sending emails to Gabe N being
Oh,
like, "Hey man, can you put this? Let me make sure this game comes out for me. I've been waiting." Yeah.
I saw a clip of Gaben on, I want to say it was YouTube or Instagram, I don't remember which. And I don't know how long ago it was because it was on like an Australian TV program and they were like interviewing him and they were like, to Gabe, which is better, PlayStation or Xbox? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
who do you think you're talking to and why? Like why? He was just straight up being like, well, we do all of our development on and for the personal computer primarily, but we prefer the Xbox. And they're like,
Right.
why? And he's like, well, it's better. It's like, and that was like the entirety of the clip. And it's like, I feel like this might have been from a long, long time ago because, as far as I'm aware, the PlayStation 6 is not quite as different as like the PlayStation 3 was to the Xbox 360, where
Right.
the PlayStation 3 was just a nightmare to develop for.
Yep.
So that might have been
Yes.
that era of clip, or it might have been recently. I don't know, but Gabe prefers the Xbox to the PlayStation.
I mean, it could have been recently, and he just tried developing for the PlayStation 3 back then, and it just soured his opinion on the entire PlayStation line.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's exciting. Yeah, I watched a video. So there's this guy who goes by Falcon who does video game things. We talked about this, I think.
yeah, it's you, the man in the mirror.
Yeah, that guy. No, it's a
Uh-huh.
different guy. He talks
Oh.
about all the video games. I think it's Gamer Rant or Gamer Ranks. Maybe? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And people are like, you sound like him. And I was like, I don't think I do, but all right. But he had a video where he's like, Gabe, save us from RAM prices. Start like manufacturing consumer only RAM for gamers. Only you can save us. It was like a third of the video. And I was like, all right, okay, fine. I get your point. And then he went back to it. And I was like, okay, look, hold on. This doesn't need to be this much of a plea to a man who's not going to do this.
No, no, no. Even if like Gabe and Valve have unlimited money, but very nearly,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yes.
but Steam is trying to release its own Steam console, like which is just like a little small form factor PC, right?
Right.
And
And they're having trouble with RAM prices.
they can't get enough RAM. So if you went to Gabe and been like, please stop making your own RAM, he has every incentive in the world to only put it in his machines. Like that
Yes.
will not save consumer prices.
Right. Unless out of the goodness of his very heart, he was
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah, unless.
maybe I want to help gamers out. Maybe the reason I have unfathomable amounts of money is because gamers exist in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. Throw one back to everyone. Paying it forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Doubt it. I would like to complain about the Steam Deck though.
Okay.
I have two. The first one I got from America before they were here, and it basically
right.
broke because it was very new.
Oh, I got an alpha version.
Kind of. Like, it was having battery problems because I don't like our power infrastructure is different, and so it wasn't charging properly, and like the battery just died. And it was like, hey, you can try this fix. Just remove these screws and try pulling it apart. And I did it, and I'm like, was this cable supposed to come apart at the same time? I don't think it was. So that one just sits in a closet where it technically still works. I was able to talk to Steam support, and they were like, yeah, if it'll at least like make this light turn on and make a sound, you can press these buttons and it'll like revert to its factory settings, and it still worked. But I'm like, okay, still don't trust the battery, so I'm just kind of not using it. And when they finally released here, I got that because I'm like, that's the one that they've prepped for like Australian like voltage and wattage throughout pipes, right?
Right.
Yeah, if I leave the Steam Deck just in sleep mode for like a day, the battery dies. You know?
Wow.
I don't know what it's doing. Like, I saw it the other day. I lent it to my mate because he was doing some traveling, house sitting, and he wasn't going to take his whole PC. And so I got it back. I plugged it in. I saw it was like, okay, it's probably done. It's been plugged in for a day. So on my way to work, I just unplugged it. And then I left it there. I came back. The next day, I was like, I'm going to take this to work and like play a game on my lunch break. It was dead. What was that about?
What you're saying is not super usable. This Steam Deck doesn't
No,
sound like it.
here's the thing. When I take it and I travel with it, I get like 5 or 6 good hours of gaming out of it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's doable.
For the fact that it's like doing PC games at a reasonable resolution and graphic fidelity and frame rate, I'm like, this is nice. This is good. It's just when it's asleep. It sucks when it's asleep. It's something still draining the battery.
That is so weird.
I'm wondering if it's like updating all the games I have installed on it, which is like 4, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you can check that.
I
You
can.
can check what needs an update.
I
And
can.
make sure nothing has an update, and then see what happens when it's in sleep again.
Yeah, yeah. I just need to wait for it to charge and power on, and I remember.
These are good points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. All right. So yeah, what's performance on the Steam Deck for you? Like, are there any games that you feel are kind of like laggy, or is it everything just kind of hums right along?
Well, the thing is, I tend to play like JRPGs and
So not too demanding.
like turn-based games on it, and it's like, well, if it is demanding, it's like it's turn-based. I just turn down the graphics. It's nothing like that. I twitch reflexes and stuff on. Like, I'm not playing a shooter on it, so it's fine. Like, it's good for stuff like that. Yeah, if you were like, I want a game to just like a machine to just play Final Fantasy on, this machine is perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally good. But maybe Cyberpunk might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Is that actually... So they've got what are called like Steam Deck verified games? Is that what they call it?
Yep, Steam Deck verified.
Yeah. Is Cyberpunk on that?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
If it's on the Switch, it has to be.
On the Switch.
Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 is verified for Steam Deck 3 years ago.
I need you to try this for science.
Okay. I can do that, yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I use the Steam Deck settings for my PC. I have 1080 and it looks good. Holding around 40 to 60 FPS. Okay. Sure. It can easily run at 40 FPS with medium settings.
Wow, medium settings and 40 FPS. Yep. Okay, I don't think we need to try this. I think we've got our answer there.
Oh, this person's saying I run it lower, getting 25 to 50, depending on the area. Now, mind you, these comments are from years ago, so they may have, like, patched it and made it a little bit better.
Sure, if you want to try it.
Yeah. I will get it downloading the moment it's charged. Yeah.
Okay, deal. That's funny. Cause I don't know, like it's like The Witcher and Cyberpunk, like these really like high level graphics games that look great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of my Discord members was playing The Witcher 3 on a Switch while he was flying for business.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up somebody on YouTube who played The Witcher 3 on a Switch, and my eyes were bleeding. It's like, what's the point of playing this game if it's not like beautiful for you and just looks ugly all of the time?
Well, mechanically it's supposed to be very fun. Story's supposed to be good, for Witcher.
I know, but I still feel like a massive part of the whole thing that CD Projekt Red is doing is that their games are good to look at.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so if it just looks like garbage the whole time, I don't know. Fine. People don't know any better. Switch owners don't know any better. They never get any good graphics.
Right. I will say there are a lot of places and a lot of textures and stuff that Cyberpunk just looks garbage at, right? Like, this is maybe not the best example, but like the garbage fields on the outskirts of the city are like the same 6 or 7 models repeated endlessly, and you can see it, right? Like a lot of this stuff just looks like crap, and it's like, okay, do I really need to care about all of the ray tracing going on here? It's like, no, you can play it without it. It's fine.
No, you're right. There are some places that are like meh, but most of it, no.
All of the city's pretty nice. Like,
yeah, I even just enjoy little stuff like steam coming out of a vent and then the light hitting the steam, and it just, I don't know, it looks great.
It does. I will say, Cyberpunk 2077 is 5 years old already, right? Like it
Yeah,
is getting
it
to be an
is.
older game. Even the portable hardware, this will eventually be able to play those pretty well.
Pretty well. Although,
In
how long
theory.
was Crisis like a stress test for your gaming PC?
Wow, right up until Crisis 2 came out.
Right? Like a decade, man. People are talking about Crisis. Like, oh yeah, great hardware. Does it run Crisis?
Hmm.
Right. For years.
Is
Because Crisis was so demanding.
so I'm looking at Crisis on Steam, and I just searched for
Mm.
Crisis, and it's only showing me the Crisis Remastered trilogy.
Oh.
So I don't even think you can get old Crisis. Uh, like if you wanted to run it how it was when it was a bench test, you know. I'm pretty sure I own it though. Let's have a look at my library. Yeah.
Crisis.
So original Crisis came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crisis is no longer available on the Steam store, so I can download it because I own it already, but you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
unsupported on the Steam Deck. Go figure.
Yeah.
Um,
You can still, they'll let you do it though, right?
they'll let you try, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Is the remastered version Steam Deck verified? What do you think?
I'm going to go with no.
It's listed as playable,
Okay. There you go.
but not verified. It's not like super optimized, but it does work.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fair
All
enough.
right. Well, that's fun. Fun. How's your time in Battlefield these days?
It's fun. I'm still enjoying it. I usually jump on, do like the daily quest and then like the weeklies. I try and
Yeah.
like set myself a goal of doing it as fewer games as possible.
Mm.
Because it's like, okay, I need to get 50 kills with a machine gun and then 50 kills with a submachine gun and like 75 assists. I'm like, I can do those two together. That sounds great. So trying to do it in as few games as possible is really enjoyable.
Doesn't really bode well for how well the game's doing if you're like, fewest games possible.
Well, I even in the Australian region, I assume with matchmaking, I'm like jumping on our games at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting games right.
Right.
They just released like their own battle royale and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna play it. That's for them. I don't like that. I don't need Battlefield to be a battle royale.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my mate who bought me the game, he rage quit. He's like, I'm not playing it
Oh,
anymore.
how long ago?
Oh, like 2 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
So one of the challenges they have there, they have class challenges, and the engineer has a challenge, and it's like a 4-step thing, right? And the step 3 is kill or damage and assist in killing of 15 flying vehicles, right?
Right.
Doesn't sound terribly hard until you realize every vehicle has infinite like flare regeneration. That like it's like okay, they're gonna regenerate flares every 17 seconds, and your lock-on surface-to-air missile launcher can fire every 18 seconds, and so it's like you almost it sucks. You need
Uh,
and like it's a team game, so maybe if you like coordinate with other people, you can fire one, they can fire one, and the flares will only hit one or distract one. But he was just like, no, I'm never playing this game. It's bullshit. I played for 4 hours and I couldn't get a single one.
right.
Which is
So
true. It's it's fair enough. I got to like 7 out of 15, just like not really trying to do it, but just like when the opportunity arose, I'd have a go.
yeah.
And then he told me he rage quit and he's just like not playing it. I went home the next day because I was at lunch with him. I was like, I'm gonna do these in as fewer games as possible, and I did the remaining 7 in about 3 hours. Right? I
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, I played game modes that were more likely to have flying vehicles, and I preferred the maps. Like if I didn't get a map that had a stationary anti-air cannon on it, right? like it's a stationary weapon, right? Weapon platform, right? Instead of trying to hit it with like my shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, I'm like using a giant cannon. If the map didn't have it, I just left, and so I just went and
Yeah.
sat in those all game. Like I didn't. Did we lose the matches I was in? Yes. Did I have the lowest score and the lowest kills and no assists? Yes. But did I kill like 3 or 4 um, planes every
Vehicles.
match? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Hooray!
I just saw the postman pull up. I need to go and check to see if he's walking up with a delivery.
Okay.
So I will be
You may
back
go.
in a moment.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan. I certainly will. I'm good at that. So yeah, I mean, what do we think Somicron's package is here? Do we think it's something Warhammer related? Do we think it's a $2,000 box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, perhaps? Maybe. That's something it could be. What else could it be? It could be a product from Bad Dragon, I've heard. What else is available here? He sometimes orders packages. Obviously, Warhammer. Did we say Warhammer? Could be Warhammer package, certainly. Warhammer Minis, says Aki. We're guessing about what your package is.
Oh, no. uh,
Oh,
so it looks like could be product from Bad Dragon. Hey, it can't be a product from Bad Dragon because while I am expecting a package today, it went through the mailbox. And so if it went through that slot, it was not a Bad Dragon.
truth. You speak truth. So if it went through the slot, it's probably not minis either then.
It could be. Minis come like flat because they're on a spur and you got to build them.
Oh right, that's a good point. Good point.
But it would only have to be one mini, not a box of minis. So it would have to be.
Right.
No. So it was not minis either. Did you see that Cult of the Lamb? This
Yeah.
this it's a really fun game. I enjoyed that. I played that on my Steam Deck. But like the dev behind that was bidding against Bad Dragon to buy the
Yes, I did see
Jim
that.
Carrey Rhino anus thing from Ace Ventura.
So the Ace Ventura 2, where where he comes out of a model rhino's anus in front of a family of vacationers.
Uh-huh.
Incredible scene. That one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cult of the Lamb was trying to buy it for whatever they would do with it, but Bad Dragon apparently got it.
That's amazing. That's super good.
Yeah. I saw that, and then right after that, I saw the CEO of Bad Dragon. Like, it was a meme. It wasn't really the CEO, probably. Might have been. I don't know what the CEO looks like, but was like reacting to McDonald's taking a bite of their product and like
Yep.
the Bad Dragon being like, oh god, do I have to do this trend as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because McDonald's did it, and then Burger King did it, and then there was someone else who did it.
Someone faked Taco Bell doing it.
Oh, that's funny. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
The McDonald's one I
Wendy's did it,
posted
I think, yeah.
in memes because it is such a surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Like the CEO of McDonald's looks like a homunculus. He's like some uncanny valley, almost human kind of thing.
No.
He refers to the hamburger as a
As
product.
Yeah. And
Like
he's like,
what?
he says, I eat McDonald's 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm like, do you consider going into a McDonald's and asking for a water eating McDonald's?
Right. Maybe.
Maybe. Oh. Such
Yeah.
welcome.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And like the product he's talking about and he's eating there is called the Big Arch. It's like $9. Like $9 hamburger. And I'm just like, who goes to who's like, ah yes, I'll enjoy McDonald's. I'll spend $9 on a hamburger today.
I did.
Well, there you go.
Well, so I'm having one cheat day a week, and yesterday for breakfast, I was like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. What do I want for breakfast? And admittedly, I ordered it through Uber Eats, but so there was a markup because it was being delivered, right?
Right.
But a double cheeseburger was $9. Not even the big
Yeah.
arch that's like supposed to be like a bigger thing with the crispy onions and all this extra stuff. Just a double cheeseburger was
Right.
$9.
Right. But again, that's on Australian monies.
That's true. That's Australian monies.
Yeah.
9 USD to AUD. Oh, I did that the other way around. $6.36 for a double cheeseburger.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big arch cost. How much does the big arch cost in Australia? Can we get it? That might be the bigger question. No. Okay.
Okay.
So never mind. Oh, hold on. This says we have it. $12.40. There you go. By itself. $18.45 if you want it in a large meal.
Right.
Now I need to work out how much is $18.45 in American. $13.03.
Okay.
Yeah. How much is it in a large meal for you? If it's $9 by itself.
Yeah, no kidding. Where's the app? It's stupid. I can't use the website anymore. I go to the website. It's like, use the app. All right. Hate you. Also, the app, first time I try to open it, every time it crashes. And then the second time it works.
Of course.
Don't know why. All right. So big arch. Pick up. Here's fine. Not actually going to do this, you stupid app. The meal is $12. $11.99.
So it's slightly more. Well, that's before tax, right? Like you'd have to add tax on that. How much?
Yeah, you can add tax.
How much would tax be?
Okay, so review $13 even.
Oh wow, okay, that's remarkably close. Like if Australia's 18.45 and that's 13.03, it's only 3 cents more. That's pretty much comparable.
Surprisingly so, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh. Go figure.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna try the big arch. I just like a good cheeseburger.
Yeah, I don't think I am either.
Oh, actually, I have like it's not a very funny story, but it's definitely confirmation that you shouldn't order Uber Eats at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, so I said 1 o'clock in the morning is a vague approximation of time. It was actually about 3 o'clock, right? Same difference. It was raining. I'm not going out anywhere to get it on a motorbike. Anyway, I order it. It arrives at about 3:30. I open it up and I pull the chips out and they're stone cold. All right, I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Good start.
And I look and I'm like, I got an iced latte, not a Coke. That's weird. Maybe they didn't have the ability to make it. That's weird. Sometimes that happens. And then I realize there's a Big Mac in there, and I don't order Big Macs. I get a quarter pounder and a cheeseburger. I'm like, this is not my order. I've got someone else's food. And so I go through the Uber support to like be like, hey, I've got someone else's food. And they're like, oh, can you take a photo of the like receipt that's stapled to the bag? I'm like, yeah, no worries. And so I take a photo and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, this is an order for someone called Prince from 12:15 a.m. today.
Oh.
The Uber Eats driver was driving around with someone's food for 3 hours and then gave it to me.
And then handed it over to you for some reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was food that had been sitting there for 3 hours. I got a full refund, obviously.
Obviously.
But I don't know how you just hold on to someone's food for that long.
Yeah. I guess it was maybe in the back seat, like you forgot it was there or something.
Maybe. Or maybe it was at the McDonald's. And it was sitting on their counter. Like, no driver came to pick it up. And then this guy comes along to get mine. And they just handed him the wrong bag.
Man. If they're doing that, if they're like, this has been sitting on the pickup counter for 3 hours, obviously it's this guy's.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. Uh, but it's a situation that should not happen. Don't order food off McDonald's, even on a cheat day. Just go and get it if you want it. That's
Just
my
go
advice.
get it. Just go get it. That's
Just,
what I always do.
yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm curious. I'm like, what if I get this delivered? And it's like at least 40% as much,
Mm-hmm.
like more,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay.
It's a lot, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Saw this Instagram reel yesterday where this dude talking to his friend, and he's like, I want some food, but man, ordering is so expensive. And then this like grizzled cowboy character shows up, and he's like, what if we just called the restaurant directly? What if we cut out the middleman and got it cheaper, like in the ancient days? Like what? Like, but how do we pay for it? And he goes, we could trust them. We could trust our fellow humans with our credit card number and secret 3-digit number too, just like they used to. And he's so funny.
uh,
Oh man,
it's very
really good. Yeah, but I mean that's what it used to be. You didn't have these middleman delivery apps.
Mm-hmm.
You just called the Chinese place and was like, "Hey, bring me my thing.
I'm trying
Here's
to
my
remember.
entire credit card number."
Did you? Okay, so we ordered like pizza as delivery. Like Chinese was not big delivery here when I was a kid by itself. It was just pizza. It was like
Sure.
Domino's, Pizza Hut. They had their own delivery guys, and so did like every other pizza place. They just
Yeah.
like if you open a pizza store, you have to have your own delivery guys because for whatever reason, pizza is the fast food that's can be delivered, right?
Right.
But it seems wild to me looking back that every other store wouldn't be like, yeah, we deliver as well. Like
Yeah.
why?
I think they do.
Mm-hmm. Like why?
Like I've seen like companies' Twitter accounts be like, "Hey, by the way, like you can just call us and order food. It's
Right,
fine."
right, right. But I'm wondering like why they look when they look back to like the early 2000s and go, why weren't we delivering? Like, why did we not do that? You know,
Mm.
like
Mm.
Mac is being like, why wouldn't we deliver then? Yeah, we could have. Pizza Hut was doing it. You know.
Yeah, Pizza Hut's a national chain. They did it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't McDonald's do it? Right.
Right, but so in Australia, you don't give out your credit card over the phone. That wasn't a process of paying.
It's not a thing. Okay.
It might be now. I don't know. But like, I'm
Mm.
trying to remember if it was ever a thing because I don't think it was. I always remember just pizza comes, you give them cash. Like I don't remember a time when we would pay. Maybe it was just our family not paying over the credit card, over the phone.
Yeah.
But like
No,
in
I mean,
America, you just read out your name on the card, all the digits, the security code on the back, the expiry date, and you just like, well, I'm just gonna trust the people at Domino's not to steal my numbers. And
yep.
wow,
That's how it was.
that's how it
And I
was.
don't know. I never heard a story of a family be like, "Yeah, our credit card number got stolen by somebody at Domino's yesterday."
Well, I mean,
Right?
do you ever really know where your credit card gets stolen from? Like
Well,
one day you
no.
just wake up with a ton of charges and you go, well, was it the
Mm,
pizza I ordered last week or was it eBay? You know?
right. It's a good point. It's a good point. How would you know if you're just
Yeah,
willy-nilly with it all over the place?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, food.
Food.
Just go get it.
Just go get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Should we do the Warhammers?
Yeah, let's talk about Warhammer. What did we
Right.
read this time?
We finished up the Fabius Bile Omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
The third book is called Manflayer.
It is. I forgot to finish Light of a Crystal Sun. I bought it. I was like halfway through it. I forgot to finish that one.
Ah,
The little novella. So I'm going to have to finish that after the show today, probably.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm pretty sure all that was
Mm.
Millissoon finding Fulgrim
Mm.
and being like, "I'll serve you now," and he's like, "Cool."
Okay, fair enough.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Fair
It's
enough.
like I don't know. It's not even really worth reading, to be honest.
No. They just
No.
included it for the fun.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway,
Anyway,
Manflayer.
Manflayer. Yeah. So, in short, my feelings on this book are it does a lot of prep work, a lot of setting up
Mm-hmm.
for a final confrontation between the Drukhari and Fabius.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Right? So, like, the whole book is just setting up this thing where homunculus Drukhari is like, all right, so we let Fabius come and live with us for a while, and he was interesting, and he's, got a bright mind, and we taught him all this stuff, and he taught us some stuff, and it was great. But then he left and didn't even say thank you, and we hate him now, so he needs to die.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, we
Bottom
didn't say
line.
he could leave. How did he leave?
Right.
I thought this was a forever thing.
Right.
Um,
So they're hunting him down, and they're destroying all the places where they figured out he's got little caches hidden
and
of
Oleander's
his
there being
research.
like, here's some of the
Yeah.
places that he had. Yeah.
Yeah, Oleander gets totally kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
and is property of the Drukhari for like centuries and centuries. Like the time between the last book and this book is of like hundreds and hundreds of years.
Well, it's 100 years.
Okay, 100 years.
So the entire story is only about 300 years from the first book to this one. But Oleander was not in the last book at all, so we can assume it's been 200 years ish, right? For Oleander.
Sounds about right.
Since
Yeah.
Lugonath. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, bad times.
Bad times for him.
Yeah, he's just been this basically prisoner of war who's constantly being tortured.
Mm-hmm. Which he likes for the most part. It wasn't until after Fabius came to stay with them that they had this like pain rod thing that he like modeled off Fabius's stuff. That
Right.
was actually powerful enough to make Oleander be like, ow, this hurts. And even then, it doesn't last forever.
Right, and even then, his biology is so freaking weird that it like rewires the pain receptors
Mm-hmm.
to treat it as pleasure eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, sure, okay, guys. Sure, Emperor's Children, whatever you guys are into.
Right. Fulgrim, CEO of Bad Dragon. Yeah.
I mean, yes. Short answer, yes.
Yeah. So there's like, I feel my thoughts on this book are a lot of the interesting stuff happens off page. It's like Fulgrim's going to Komorra. That's interesting, and it's done. Book starts, it's done. Right.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, that was another thing. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Or Kagori being like, we're splitting from the benefactor. We're gonna take out like he's lying to us about ever letting us go and be free because we need to break free, and that's part of like a test. And so we're doing like this little split with Fabius, and now we have all these separate packs. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Could you show us
Yeah.
that happening? No, it happened off page
No,
between
No.
books.
definitely
And-
not.
And like the last two books was a lot of like Emperor's Children just can't wait to backstab each other. Which, fair enough. That's a lot of Chaos Warbands. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing it a ton. It's okay. It's great. And then after in this one, we find out that like after Fabius left to go to Komorra and he was gone for like a century, all of the apothecaries in the consortium were like doing their own little wars, fighting over scraps of secrets that Fabius left behind and raw genetic material that's been stored in vaults and stuff. And then he comes back and they're like, oh, we gotta do that out of sight now because he's back. And I just feel like, do they care? Why is the Glenhounds fighting each other but making sure to do it quietly so Fabius Bile doesn't hear about it? He does not care.
Right.
This like everyone here backstabs and fights each other. You are just one more in a long list. It's not special. Why is this
No.
being so secretive?
Right. Right. I don't get it. I don't understand the motivations there at all.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, just I guess kind of a related question that I have. Like, so they're called gland hounds.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, my brain's like, they look like dogs because they're hounds.
Right.
But then every time they're described in the book, they're just people. They look like people most of
Mhm.
the time. And I'm
Yep.
like, so why are they called hounds? It's such a
Because
weird,
well,
it's just a weird word to use.
they hunt in packs, right? Like
Yeah,
um, the word hound implies a master servant relationship with Fabius, right?
true.
Man's
Which
best
it is.
friend. Um,
Yeah.
right. They sniff out gene seed. I don't know. Like they have something that like is like, oh, we gotta go find gene seed. That's the gland that they're hounding for.
Right.
But there is no apparent genetic splicing with a dog, right? Like these aren't space wolves,
Right.
you know.
No, they're not.
Um, they're just called glandhounds, and it's a weird name to stick around for so long. When he like alternatively sometimes calls them vatborn or new
Yeah.
men or homo novus, you know.
Right.
It's like, could we maybe stick with one or like, I don't know, make the
And
glandhounds
maybe
something
not the one
different?
that, yeah, make them, just don't call them something that makes them sound like dogs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
Anyway.
So, like the end of the book, Fabius decides to like bargain for freedom, not for freedom, for like protection for his creations
Yep.
with Fulgrim. Like he eventually is like, if you can't, you know, the stone or the knife, you wield one or lay on the other, and he decides to lay on the other. Bargaining for protection with Fulgrim. I feel like this book has tons of really neat little scenes, but
Mm-hmm.
just not connected very well. Um,
Yeah.
like I really enjoyed the Diabolist being like the conversation he has with Fulgrim, where it's like, I ripped that bomb out of my chest years ago while you were in Kamar, and he's like, "Why are you still here?" That should be a character moment between the two of them. But I just didn't care about the time and place the conversation was having, where
Yeah.
that Diabolist is the sort of moral counterpart to Fabius's atheism, where he's like, the warp is just
Mm-hmm.
reflections of our own thoughts, and he's like, no, the warp is God's, and he's kind of right, and Fabius doesn't really have a choice. That he's always being led here, but it's his conviction that keeps him entertaining the gods. It's all very interesting. It's just not very inspiring to read, you know?
No, it's perfunctory. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that's kind of my experience with this book, and like I feel bad because I know Doc Bravo really wanted us to read these, and he really likes them, and I'm just kind of like, eh, it's good. Is
It
it
is
a
good.
is it a must read? Not really. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, mm,
it's fun at the end in the epilogue where it's like Fabius actually lived, and not only that, he's controlling or at least interacting with somehow with several clones of his that are all off leading their own war bands. And like
yeah.
the Chirurgeon at the start, where it's like broken off from Fabius, and they're like, "Where is it?" And they're like, it's breeding in the lower levels. This is weird." That's really fun. That's a great scene where yet another creation of Fabius is like reproducing independently of him, and he's like, "Well, that's curious. I must do another
Yeah.
study on this." I'm like, "Yes, Fabius, just do studies on weird shit all the time for 300 pages. It'll be great." But instead, it's like, well, now it's time to go to war because like they're destroying my holdings, and some people are gonna, betray me, and I've got to be prepared to betray them first.
Right.
Uh, I like the scene where the Diabolist goes to the not the word bearer, the Warhound, the World Eater, right? And is like, I need you to help.
Arius. Yeah.
Yeah, I need you to help me go and get this other lady, who's the goat-legged lady who puts on the Space Marine armor and is a in the last two books has been like scheming to.
Savona.
Yeah, Savona, thank you. She's been like scheming to rule the 12th millennium,
Yep.
and Fabius
But
basically
nobody really accepts her because she's not a space marine.
no, nobody really expects her, but she has Fabius's favor, so everyone kind of
Yeah.
follows her. Um, there's like her character arc in the first book is like Fabius is like, we're getting off Lugonath. We got what we came for. His joyful repose, Radiant King and his joyful repose is dead. We're leaving, and her men are like, we should go, but we can't say it. And Fabius is like, if you don't agree to come with me, they'll kill you because they want to follow you, but they also don't want to stay here, and they can't do
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
And in this one, the Dabblist and the World Eater are like, let's go and get her. She's in the exclusive club where they are denied entry that is only for 13th Legion heroes. And it's like,
Right.
oh, she's accepted more or less by most of them. That's a great character arc. And she's in there getting her painting taken and just like living it up in hedonism. Really interesting stuff. Is it worth getting all the books just to have her like run away at the end again? Maybe gets called sister by one of the other Space Marines who are like, oh, I belong, peace. You know?
Right.
It's a good little character thing. I think these books are just too long. That's kind of it.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of the if like this book is great to read in a summary. For the for the lore of like what's Fabius doing after the heresy? Well, he's doing a bunch of research and clones and making deals to survive in ice space, and now he's many clones, leading several war bands potentially, and helping other people. And you know, the Diabolist is like the one last friend he has protecting him, and he stopped shaving his head. That's the one character that I think really stands out. Is that guy? I like him. I like him a lot.
The Diabolist?
Yeah, the
Word bearer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Arius is fun.
Yeah, I like him too, where he's constantly talking to the skulls, and they keep calling him like a hound or whatever. It's like, you war dog. Fabius always was gonna trick you into like dying for him, and he's like, "There's no trick. This is known." I didn't.
Like, this was the deal.
I don't remember asking for your opinion either.
I just think it's interesting that he taps on the skulls to silence his dead brothers.
Yeah.
Does that? I mean, and it works. It still always seems to work. It's like he always taps on the skull to silence it, and they don't keep coming back.
Sure, why not?
Right?
I mean, it's his own form of madness. Like,
that's true.
It's just
true. He can set up the rules for it.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I feel like I'm saying the word like a lot, and I know I am. I keep hearing it, but so much of this book is not about Fabius Bile in a Fabius Bile trilogy, and Fabius is always kind of interesting in this book. He's much better in the last two, I think, where he's actually doing research and talking about things and being like, oh, here's Fulgrim clone. What am I going to do with him? And Trazen pops up, and it's like, wow, this is so cool. Trazen's here, and we're going to sell. Trazen's going to have a Fulgrim clone. This is great. And here he's just like, well, time to go to war. Let's lay a trap for them. I've narrowed it down to like the 2 worlds. Let's
6 gates.
Yeah, and it's like, well, it can only be a couple of them because they're going from the ones of outdated knowledge because they're skipping over some. And they get there and they're all happy to see him, being like, Benefactor, we've cracked the pheromone problem. And he's like, oh, that's nice. I'm not here for that.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, so my big question for the story is he's like, I can't leave my progenitor, I can't leave my children out there in the world because the Drukhari are hunting them all down and they'll kill all of them.
Right.
So I have a little place in the webway that is sealed off from everything else. I need all of you guys to come here. I'll put you in your little webway cave where there's food and you can hang out there. So the Drukhari can't get you. The end.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the that's the bargain he made.
But that's the bullshit though, because his plan is for these guys to take over the galaxy and become the new men.
Right, but that's...
And if they're all hiding in the webway, then his dream is dead.
It is. When he decides to lay upon the stone, he's giving up his dream. Like, he's making that deal with Fulgrim.
So he makes the decision that he'd rather they live than that they fulfill his dream.
Yes.
It's stupid.
I
Like, he
think
spent all this time.
right. No,
He spent centuries on this dream,
uh-huh.
and then he's like, the Drukhari are coming for everyone. I give up.
I think that's kind of the
It's
point.
over.
I think that's kind of the point that Fabius thinks he has a choice in saving the future, and he doesn't. His options are entertain the gods, make monsters for them, or they will let, like, his dreams will just be crushed at every turn by them. Like, he cannot outsmart them. He does not have a choice in this, really. He can't wield the knife anymore. Like, it just doesn't work. And so he's like, let's save what we can, and I'll just make monsters. And
I
that's what he
just
does.
disagree. He's got new humans seated on a bunch of different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
They're not hiding, and they're not out in the open. It's not like, hey, this world is all new humans. They're like
Mm-hmm.
integrated into existing Terran worlds,
Mm-hmm.
Imperium worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be fine. Let the Drukhari hunt them down as much as they want to. Some will survive, and they will keep propagating and keep growing,
Uh-huh.
and then your dream has a chance at that point.
Right. The Drukhari are hunting his holdings, right? Like Leander's telling
Yeah.
them about where they're going. Is it ever really established that they are explicitly hunting the new humans and they know where they all
No.
are? Or, exactly.
No. Right? So
Right.
the whole inciting incident is that he believes the dream is over because he can't hide
Mm-hmm.
his children from the Drukhari, but that's never established in the book.
Well, it's his belief that he can't, and that's just as important as it being actually true.
I know, but he's not a defeatist. He has spent hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years working on this project because he believes it will work. He has gotten it to a point where I think it would work if he just unleashed it on the galaxy and said, "Go for it, guys." I have to make monsters and whatever. I guess I can't run from the gods forever, but you guys are free. Do what you can. A bunch of you will die, but you know what? The plan wasn't for everyone to live anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like he should have done that. I'm just so annoyed that he
Maybe
just locks them all up in this little holding and is like, this is all I care about is them living. It's like, no, it's not.
maybe we've overestimated the amount at which he already has seeded out there. Like,
Yeah, because he makes a call for them to come back, but not everybody does.
not everybody does, and it's not even like he's
Right.
calling everybody. He's calling, like, it felt like he wasn't just calling his new humans. It was calling all the different people that he's ever trained and worked with. It's like an Avengers Endgame kind of like, let's get everyone in here, and it's like, okay, here's all these other Chaos Space Marines that turn up. It's not just new humans. Like,
Right.
Abaddon is like, I'm gonna help if you help me, and then he just doesn't show up, and he's like, at least that's what's implied by the end of the book, where Fabius says Abaddon's come for his payment, even though he didn't do anything in time to actually serve. Right.
Right.
But I think when the son of Horus, the guy with the chain axe, who pets it gently like it's his favorite little pet, when he comes to find Fabius again, he's like, you're not talking about the future anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're just here for the present.
It's not Fabius. Right.
Right. But I think that's regular Fabius too. He's not thinking about the future anymore either. I think
Which
that deal.
is
I think
honestly depressing.
Yeah.
Like,
welcome to the Grim Dark Falcon.
Fabius without that spark and hope for the future and his children is just like, he's just a dude. You know what I mean?
Right. And like, I like that grim darkness of it, where it's like, again, I said like 4 times in that sentence, but we have a Chaos Space Marine here who's maybe going to try and do something to better the galaxy. And it's broken. His back has been crushed by chaos. The gods are demanding his service, and him having to make deals with Fulgrim.
Right.
And whether or not he's been forced into that situation by the Harlequins, that might have been what they were planning the entire time.
Right.
Again, saying it, I enjoy the ideas of it more than it is to actually read it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I want it to be better.
So did this introduce a new state for Fabius to be in the world build? Or was Fabius already there and this book explored how he got there?
So this book came out in 2020.
Yeah.
So this is pretty new for like what's Fabius up to, as far as I'm aware, because I don't know what
Okay.
Fabius's role really was in the galaxy. You know.
All right. So no, so we had Fabius in the heresy,
Mm-hmm.
in pre-heresy, but
I
this is catching us up to what he's
Jesus.
doing in 40K.
Yeah, I would need to see like it was Fabius in books before he was in like was he a 40K character before he was in 30K?
Mm,
Because I definitely knew of him. Like the fact that he gave a Fulgrim clone up to Trajan was like a lore point that I had known for ages, right? And so when I first read the Horus Heresy, I was like, oh, that's Fabius. He's a guy whose model I've seen. He's a bit weird and creepy, and he did this thing to a Fulgrim clone. This is what I know about him. Um,
interesting. So that predates this.
yes, because I mean, maybe it's just like it's what way I figured out. What it we're looking at the timeline of what I learned first, not necessarily what came out first. Like
Right.
Primogenitor was 2016.
Oh,
Um,
dang. Okay.
yeah, when was like Deliverance Lost? He was in that. What the hell? Deliverance Lost was 2011. Deliverance Lost is not a very good book, but he's in that apparently. So I might have read him in that before this. I mean, definitely before this. But if he was in that, like, what was he in the Heresy before these books came out? Like, these books are really establishing what a Fabius Bile is in 40K, and I
Right.
always thought the Heresy Fabius was like an Easter egg. Like, here's a guy that we know was like very important to the Third Legion. He was the lieutenant commander. He was a guy who did a bunch of crazy surgeries and things, and he's like a scientist. And so I always figured he was a kind of Easter egg, a very important Easter egg where it's like, oh, it's this character from 40K, and now he's here. But
Right.
it's the other way around, from what I can tell. Because I'm looking at the list of sources on his Lexicatum page, and there's a Gene Father novel that we haven't read that came out uh, by Guy Haley. So it's not a Josh Reynolds
Oh,
books because Josh Reynolds doesn't make Warhammer books anymore. But that's
right.
2023, so that doesn't count. Um, I'm seeing some stuff where he's maybe just been mentioned in codexes, like he's in Codex Space Marines 4th edition, which was 2007, which is pretty solidly predating roughly the start of the heresy, right? As
Mm-hmm.
books. So I need to go and find this book and be like, what does it say about Fabius Bile? You know?
Right. Right.
Um, Black Tide? He was in a novel called Black Tide. It's a James Swallow book from 2010. That's right around the start of the
Wow.
Heresies books.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Maybe we could put that on the list of books to read. Doesn't have an audiobook by the looks of it. That's fine. I can do things with my
You
eyes for once.
can read.
I can try. Dude, okay, so I have a Kindle, right? I never use it because I just listen to audiobooks, right?
Yeah. Right.
But I was walking past my mom and she was reading on her phone, right? And she
Uh,
apparently reads way more than you and I do because the Kindle app has burnt lines into the screen of her phone.
you think she reads a book a week?
I mean, I don't know how much she reads, but time spent reading has left, like the screen has the Kindle lines burnt into it. If she closes Kindle and opens up anything else, there's lines where the text would be. Like it's burnt into an old CRTV or whatever on her phone.
How long does it take to burn Kindle lines into your
Well, how long does it
phone?
take to burn an image into your phone?
Yeah.
Uh, Screen burn-in. CRTV plasmas. Doesn't say, but from what I understand, like over
Seems some
over
people say a few months.
a few months. But like you'd expect that to be on constantly, right? For it to be like that. A few months on constantly, and over a couple of years that she's had the phone, fine, sure. Um, no, Aki, she
Interesting.
doesn't. She doesn't sleep with the phone in her room, so that doesn't count. So I gave her my Kindle. I'm like, that's crazy. Your phone has these lines burnt into them. Please use my Kindle. It's a big, it's wider. You'll save phone battery. It's great. And she's like, I tried it, but I want to be able to swap to my games on my phone. I'm like, that's fine. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to reclaim my Kindle because she's not using it. And we can use it to read
Deal.
this book. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, it's like I'm reading a crazy amount. Anyway, back to Fabulous Bill.
Fabulous Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's much as it.
that's as much as it.
I mean, I just kind of feel like Melisande or whatever her name is, his daughter that, became a demon apparently.
Yep.
Like, it's just kind of. I feel like it's kind of a waste of a character that.
She merges with the gory.
Well, no, not even that. Before that, like she just becomes a pawn of Fulgrim.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much immediately. She's out there wandering around the warp, la la la, demon stuff, yada yada yada, and then finds Fulgrim and is like, "Okay, I'm a puppet now. I have no free will. Sweet."
Well, she's a part chaos demon. She doesn't have any free will really either. Anyway, even like.
Yeah, I know.
And
that's fair.
For
that's fair.
The entire 3 books and the novellas, every time she pops up, she's like, "I'm maybe a dream, maybe an apparition. I'm here to maybe warn you about something that has maybe already happened, or maybe will happen, or that I might maybe cause." And it's the same thing every time. I don't feel like when she was talking to Oleander when he was in captive from the Drukhari, that her appearances were even remotely interesting. I couldn't tell you one thing that they had in conversation, and I finished those books, this book today, right?
Right.
Because the thing that I remember from the takeaway is that the Drukhari could tell that in like the time between moments that she appears, they could tell that she was there, and Oleander was just like, she was here to torment me, right? Because I thought I could be the master of my own fate. I don't remember anything she said.
Right. The most interesting thing she does is probably merging with Agori as Agori's dying.
Right. Actually, I think that's the second most interesting. I think the first most is when she does come to Fulgrim and is like, I thought I would use my warp bullshit powers to show you what it's like in the time between moments, and it almost immediately kills Fabius. Like,
right.
The Chirurgeon goes crazy, his ribs crack, his lung collapses, and he's like, "Get me out of here! This isn't. People should not be here." I thought that was a really interesting concept of like, the time between moments is a space you can go to because warp bullshit. That was fun. It was a great little moment, interesting little scene, concept, playing with the warp, scary stuff. Maybe write it into Rogue Trader as a thing that happens to the ship, an unstable warp route,
Right, that's a thing. You could totally do it. Paragraph, easy. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the problem with demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the most interesting a demon can get is like the demon Kandahar or whatever, the one that Fabius Bile shot with a null dart in the first book.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then shows up at the end being like, "All right, I'm here for your death. I was waiting for this day." And I was like, "Hey, there we go. That's a little personality." I told you I'd walk through fire to be here. And I'm here. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I annotate here?
Oh, yeah. Annotations. Let's go through the annotations.
Okay, so yeah, speaking of demons, here's my thing. Our homunculus guy is talking with Veil Walker, who is basically a demon in the sense that they show up and spout
nonsense
stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And Veil Walker says you should destroy her, talking about when Haxacheres has caught Melisande or whatever her name is, right? It says, why would I do that? Does she frighten you so much? And then Veil Walker goes, not her. And he goes, meaning? And then it's like a paragraph of possibilities. What she is in this moment is not what she might become. And then he responds with a raised eyebrow, nonsense, utter twaddle, cryptic drivel. I don't know why I expected a straight answer. And I said, you and me both, man. Like, why do we read what these characters have to say? The demons and the Harlequins.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating constantly with these characters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to skip their paragraphs from now on. Man, let's see. What was another one I did here? What is this?
What's what?
I don't know why I marked that one up. We're moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this moment of little kind of self-awareness where, let's see, Belephus, who is Savora's right-hand man, they're having a battle, and he's like, okay, so the attackers used to be human. These are Drukhari prisoners that they're fighting. It says some were conglomerations, 2 or 3 bodies combined into one quadrupedal nightmare. Others were starving, thin horrors, begging for the mercy of death, even as they raced into the teeth of their guns. The combat servitors paid no attention. They were as much horrors in their own way, after all. I was like, that's it. Like Drukhari are like, we'd screw with the human body and turn them into mindless fighting machines. And the Imperium's like, yeah, like we do that all the time.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So like anybody who's reading Warhammer or playing Warhammer is like, are the Imperium the good guys? It's like servitors. Servitors. I think that's all you need.
Cherubs.
If you need another one. Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else highlighted?
Yeah, one more thing. He says, so Wraithbone, right? This really mysterious material, and it's taken over his ship, and it seems to kind of have like its own way of thinking and doing things, and sometimes it takes over Aldari and turns him into a key. What the hell? We can use Wraithbone to brainwash people on some level, right?
It's like
so then there's this.
Yeah.
There's just this comment. Wraithbone was, in essence, solidified warp energy, raw entropy given substance.
So Wraithbone is what like the Eldari grow their ships out of, right? So they have singers, and like Fabius has the cacophony singing to them, doing like the same thing, but it's primary like in the world of 40k is as like a Eldari warp receptive thing. Ravenor has Wraithbone pendants that he gives to all of his retinue, and he can use that as like a beacon to amplify his psychic essence when he puppeteers them. So Fabius has just figured out other ways to use them in like, instead of directly controlling like Ravenor, he set it up as like a relay he's trying to make a infinity circuit, like he's telling Trazen. It's like, I can't do what you do, but I'm making like my own crude infinity circuit where I am slowly over time maybe replacing the thoughts of people to be more like me. Yeah, crazy.
Which one of his fellow buddies is like, what the hell, you're doing that? And he's like, we don't have time for this. We can't talk about what I've been putting in your brain. We have other things to worry about.
So on the one hand, Fabius just being, we're not going to talk about it, and we never do, is okay, is he just being deceptive because he knows people would chuck a fit? But the guy that the Drukhari pull it out of and discover it is this other apothecary who spent like the final days of the Siege of Terror trying to turn people into birds.
Right, that guy.
and he like gave himself wings. He's just like really obsessed with avians, but
Hmm.
he's had it for years at this point, and he's still just like, I'm a dude who's obsessed with birds. At the end,
Right,
he was in no
right.
way like Fabius, as far as we're told.
No, but what I feel like it had more to do with was just a certain amount of loyalty to Fabius, right? Because he was doing his bird thing, but also he really was taking care of that cache on that planet that Fabius asked him to take care of
True,
forever,
true,
right?
true, true.
Yeah. And maybe without the Wraithbone implant, he kind of wanders off
Just
and
flies
leaves
away.
it undefended. Yeah.
Maybe that's a good point.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, either it's slowly overwrites your mind to be more like Fabius, or it's just
A
gives
loyalty
you a
chip.
loyalty center about Fabius, which obviously he knows how to do
Uh-huh.
because his Glandhounds have them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he says that like they're bred into him. They're not
Yeah.
instilled. That feels, I don't know, like a genetic thing. Like the legions have their own loyalty things built in. Like all of like again, like 4 times in a sentence. When the Fulgrim clone was there, and
Mm.
Fulgrim's running around being like, I can help you, I can fix this broken legion. The legionaries are like crying multicolored tears, uh, being like, oh, it's Fulgrim, my Primarch, I will obey your commands because loyalty is genetically a genetic component here.
Yes.
He doesn't need Wraithbone for that. He could figure that out
Nope.
already.
Yeah. Obviously, there's more than one way to do this,
Yeah, that's true. And like the
which is
avian guy was
concerning.
another space marine, not something that Fabius cooked up on his own, like a Glandhound.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe he needs it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the conversation with Fulgrim?
Sure.
I found it interesting that Fulgrim just spends the whole time beating the shit out of Fabius. Like, they're having a negotiation and a conversation, and just like every page is like, and then Fabius threw him across the room and smashed 4 of his ribs, and one of his hearts is dead now. It's like, oh boy. Okay. All right, Fulgrim.
Right.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Laying on the stone, someone's got to wield the knife.
Yeah.
That's Fulgrim in that scene.
Right.
Um,
I did find it interesting, the conversation about what Fulgrim's been doing all this time. Is like he's trying to recreate his homeworld.
oh yeah, they're asking like, did he smother this world with chemicals just so he could fix them later? And it's like, yes he did.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
he's
he
like
did.
redoing the wars, trying to find the perfect solution about what he should have done then.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Again, really interesting. The kind of thing that is a little lore tidbit said on Reddit. Not compelling to read. A little like the scene is compelling, but not the book.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's just this mountain of billions and billions of bodies. It's like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
hell happened here?
Yeah.
Like, they weren't perfect.
I,
Just-
I I estimate 2 billion people. Only a couple planets worth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, our planet has more than 2 billion people, but, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I like Fabius Bile as a character. I like some of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think I liked it more than you did.
For sure.
I enjoyed
For
reading it. But like I said, I just got to a point where I was like, we're just doing setup. We are setting up
Mm-hmm.
the end of the story here for hundreds of pages. It's a very long setup.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of setup, and at the end, Fabius maybe dies, and then in the epilogue, he doesn't.
Right. Right. There's all for all of the books. It's like Fabius is like, when I'm done with my work, I'll die.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I didn't finish my work, and I'm still here working for Fulgrim now. Neat.
For Fulgrim, for anyone really. I'm unleashing my monsters for enemies and friends alike.
Right.
Yeah. And the Primaris Marines are here.
Oh yeah, which did not care.
It's fair. It's fair.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I did like the point that he makes, though. He's like, okay, so the Imperium makes big monster soldiers, so we make bigger monster soldiers, and then they make bigger monster soldiers,
All right.
and we're just going round and round in a circle here.
Which is funny because the Imperium is very much like, you cannot tamper with the gene seed. That's heresy. We tried
Right.
it one time and it ended up being the cursed founding. So we don't do that. And then they had to do it because Guilliman had done it 10,000 years ago. But
Right.
to discredit Fabius in this moment, it's, as far as we're aware, there is no Primaris 2 Electric Boogaloo, calls Boogaloo.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's not really going around and around in a circle. You do this every day of the week. The Imperium did it one time in 10,000 years.
Yes. Very true. It's a good point. I did like to Fabius kind of. I don't. Do you think he has an understanding of how the Chaos Gods are like? We don't want anyone to win. We just want endless war because that's what we want. We just want endless human emotions and death and suffering and blood being shed for me. And
he absolutely understands that. Yeah.
he gets that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He makes the point about the Emperor. Like, he's right where the gods want him, right?
Yeah.
Because without him, the Imperium falls apart and a whole lot of wars stop. You know?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like one of the more meta-aware people in
For
40K.
For
he gets
sure. It. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and just seeing him as having given up on his dream that he's constantly thinking about and constantly working towards, and everything he's doing is just trying to seed the galaxy with his new humans, and it's just done. He's just like, eh.
Yeah.
Again, to protect them. It's like, and this is why it bothers me, because as a parent, you have to let your kids go. You have to put them out into the world where it's dangerous and they might die. They might get hurt. They might get exterminated. But you have to let them go. Yeah. You cannot force them to live in a basement bunker you built where they are fed and taken care of and safe.
I've seen barbarians. You can't do that.
You can't do that. So I guess that's why it bothers me so much, is because he doesn't see them as children.
No.
Or he doesn't understand what being a father is.
Yeah, I mean, as a space marine, he probably doesn't understand what it's like to be a father. Because as much as he calls Melusine his daughter, her leaving is the worst thing she ever did to him, right? Because now she's half demon, and he's just lying about loving her horns and all, you know?
Yeah, he is.
And his pursuit of perfection in the new humans means he'll never let them go. They think, and some of the other apothecaries think, they've been ready for a while, or as ready as they can ever be, and they can feel Fabius and the Consortium winding down the end of the game, but he still just won't let go. Bad dad.
Right.
Worse dad than the Emperor.
Right. Totally bad dad. Because, yeah, I guess that's it. It's just the ideal. It's just he believes that he can come up with a perfect generation of new humans that will perfectly be able to spread across the galaxy and become the new humans. But when he can't do that, and he comes to terms with the fact he can't do that, he doesn't care about them. He's just like, nope, it's over.
Yeah.
God, that's terrible. Warhammer, everybody. Welcome.
Warhammer. All right. Wheel. Okay, so I'm maybe going to put my finger on the wheel a little bit here. I'm going to put my finger on the scales.
Don't you always do that, Somicron, every week?
It's, yes and no. There have been weeks where it's just like all the books that I have on the list. And that's why the wheel was like 1,000 things. This time the wheel is 5.
Okay, fair enough.
So these are 4 stories that I really want to read again that I've seen, and one that I haven't read that I heard is really good and is also a very recent book.
Nice.
So we have Warhammer Crime Bloodlines. This is like a crime noir detective book.
We've talked about that one.
Watchers of the Throne. That's the Chris Wraight doing Custodes. And you remember the Inquisitor book he did about how the throne's failing?
Yeah.
Same writer, same time period, same location, and so there's a little crossover with the characters about like what's going on. Really interesting stuff. Gaunt's Ghosts. I want to get back to that because Dan Abnett's Imperial Guard is great, and
yes,
we can do the next trilogy of books. But I want to like get back to that because we haven't read Gaunt's Ghosts in like a year and a half.
Right.
More Imperial Guard, Dead Men Walking, Death Corps of Krieg. This is a Steve Lyon series. How like strictly connected they are, I don't know. I've only read the first one, but it's a really good book, and I would like to go back and read it and have you get your thoughts.
Okay.
And then the last one is Apostle by David Annandale, a Wordbearers book, because Wordbearers are great, and I hear it's a good book. Yeah. Do you have any preference on the wheel?
Probably Gaunts. Probably Gaunts Ghosts. They're fun.
Yeah. Okay. Spinning the wheel. You gonna get it?
I got it.
It's the Gaunt's Ghosts.
Oh, we got it. Nice.
Gaunt's Ghosts. Alrighty.
Specifically,
I will look for this. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Had the other books ready. I did not think we'd get Gaunt's Ghosts. I kind of added that at the last minute that I saw it on the list. I was like, yeah, I could go back and read those. So there should be another omnibus we can get.
Okay.
I believe anthologies. Maybe I might be mistaken. Wikipedia, you're useless. Why do I try you? Lexicana, that's the one. That'll be the more interesting one. Anthologies. So the first one I think was called The Founding. Let me double check. Just make sure you have that one, because that's first and only Ghostmaker Necropolis. You should have that.
So I've got The Founding, a Gaunt's Ghost omnibus.
So the next one you need to buy is called The Saint, a Gaunt's Ghost omnibus. This is 4 novels. It's not even a trilogy. So we're locking in for 4 weeks with this.
Whole month. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we've got the Kindle. We do. Wonderful. It's 4 books and it's only $20. Let's go.
Hell yeah. So the first up will be Honor Guard.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know how much you remember from the last book, so if you want a primer, I can give that to you.
I think I'll be all right.
You'll be all right? Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember who Try Again Bragg is?
Moderately.
Cool.
Having memories.
Do you remember who Colonel Commissar Ibrahim Gaunt is?
Yeah, it's his ghosts, obviously.
Obviously. What about Major Ron?
No.
Okay. Do you remember what Tanith is?
Is that the homeland of the Gaunt's ghosts?
They are, but remember, Gaunt was like, I'm mustering 3 regiments of Tanith, right? And then a Chaos fleet showed up, and he was like, because I don't care about pomp and parades and stuff, the first company, the Tanith First, were already loading onto their ships, and then a Chaos fleet shows up and destroys the planet, and they're like, you've got to let us go and fight for Tanith. And he's like, no, and so they call him Ghostmaker, and they hate him, and Roland's like, we should kill him at some time, you know?
Right. And then, but eventually, aren't they promised the right to go back and take it?
They're offered the right to first settlement, so any planet that they conquer for the Imperium, or reclaim from Chaos or whatever, they are given the right to settle. But because they're a single regiment, the Tanith First and Only, they'll never conquer anything by themselves.
Right.
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 But at the end of Necropolis, the people of Necropolis and their hive being destroyed were given the right to like join with the Guard if they want. And so the Tanith First went from being an all-male regiment to a mixed regiment with Vergastites. And this has some women join, some men, but their numbers are replenished. And now that they have more numbers, maybe they can take a planet.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully a lot of these characters will come back and you'll get familiar with them. I would be I consider finding a like a YouTube summary video maybe, but I can't know that they won't be like, oh, and also this character dies later in the series, but here he is now.
Right.
Because they're just like
Right.
offering an overview of the whole story. But if hopefully you remember, because a lot of these characters are from the other books, and
Right.
they're great. Like their stories from start to finish are kind of why I wanted to do the series all at one go. But it is
A
like
lot.
it's a lot. It's been going from 2003. And think about it, if there's 3 or 4 books per omnibus, and there are 7 omnibuses, you know,
Right.
um,
Right.
doing these all at one go felt daunting after the Horus Heresy, so that's why we
It
didn't do it.
did.
Yeah,
It did, definitely.
yeah.
So Wikipedia has little individual book summaries.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you could go back and just read the first 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
get a bit out of them. That might help
Yeah.
you as a
Yes.
refresher.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just go back and reread those 3 books, Mark,
Yeah. I'll just do that.
in a week? You don't need to stream. God. All right.
All right. We good.
We good.
We good. Okay. Well, guess what? That's going to be it from us. This has been Falcon Paladin and Somicron on twitch.tv/Somicron with another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. We'll be back next week with more of the same thing, talking about the first book and the new omnibus for Gaunt's Ghost. So if you want to read along with us, you can. And we respond to chat and stuff, so that's great. YouTube.com/@Somicron is another place to go for the VODs of these podcasts. You can support the podcast by subbing to the Twitch channel. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, which would be great. And you can also support it by going to patreon.com/Somicron and pledging there on a monthly basis.
Please
All right.
do.
Very good.